Why did Josephine Butler reach out to the women in the workhouse?
Yeah. Well, just first of all, the context that in January 1866, Josephine and her family moved to Liverpool for her husband George to take up the position of principal at Liverpool College. And pretty soon afterwards, she started to visit the workhouse. Now, it wasn't unusual for women from her background to engage in charitable acts, but to visit the workhouse um, was fairly unusual, and it was also risky. Helen Mathers, in her book, Patron Saint to Prostitutes, records that actually one of the matrons had been beaten to death not long before. So she was taking a risk. So why did she do it? Well, I've picked out four brief reasons because I knew the questions ahead of time. Um, and actually, what I'm going to do, I hope you don't mind, is I've selected quite a lot of quotes from Josephine's own writings because she writes absolutely beautifully, and it's difficult to improve on what she says herself. Well, first of all, the first factor that was involved was it was a response to her grief at the loss of her little daughter Ava, who died at the age of 5 tragically in an accident in their house in Cheltenham when she fell down the stairs. And it happened just about 18 months before they moved to Liverpool. And I don't think it takes much imagination to realise how Josephine felt. She moved to Liverpool, a strange place. She was a country girl. She found herself in this large industrial city. Um, Previously, she'd been in Oxford and Cheltenham after her marriage, and uh, her husband would go off in the morning with the three boys, the three older children, to school, and she would be left and was getting more and more depressed, I think. And I think a cousin came to visit and suggested that she visited the workhouse. And this is what she says. I became possessed with an irresistible desire to go forth and find some pain keener than my own, to meet with people more unhappy than myself. My sole wish was to plunge into the heart of human misery and to say, as I knew I could now, to afflicted people, I understand. I too have suffered. And in fact, that's exactly what she does in one encounter in the workhouse. She takes a girl home and she says to her, do you want to come home with me? I once had a daughter. Um, it wasn't difficult to find misery in Liverpool. These are her words contingent. There was an immense workhouse containing at that time, it said 5,000 people. There were extensive special wards where unhappy girls drifted like autumn leaves when the winter approached, many of them to die of consumption. So that's the first reason for her going.